it in 1989. It finally opens up in 1991, and right before the Memphis Pyramid is about to open up, the maintenance crew goes up to the very top, and at the very top there's a metal box welded at the top of the pyramid, and they're like, what the fuck is that? So they get the project manager, they end up chipping away at this welding, they rip this box down. Inside this metal box is a smaller wooden box, so they pull that up, they open it, and there's like a of just incense and perfume and shit that comes out, and inside of the box is a fucking crystal skull inside of a velvet cloth. Don't worry, it gets weirder somehow.
What's up, everybody? Celtic Character here, back from the video at those 10s and 20 views. I'm not sure if this is going to be a reaction a day channel. I don't know. I haven't quite decided. I'm going to kind of do that right now just to kind of help grow the channel. And also, no one's really making suggestions. Look, I'm doing batch recording, so I don't know if you'll make suggestions. But today we are going to go back to one of my favorite content creators. One of a lot of people's favorite content creators. And that is the Fat Electricians. But we're going over to the Fat Files because he has a video called The Most American Thing Ever, Bass Pro Shop. And then tomorrow's video is going to be a debut reaction to a channel called Mini Minutemen. And it's the truth about Bass Pro Shop's pyramid. Now, Milo, I want to say his name is, over at Mini Minutemen, is an archaeologist. And he kind of, I like his videos where he's debunking people. Because it's like, hey, here's a guy who doesn't seem that much more intelligent than I. But they do zero research, and they're like, the pyramids are an ancient conspiracy algorithm. There's no reason why we haven't been able to rebuild them today. I'm like, it's like much like him. I'm like, hey, if you're stockpiling just piles, a triangle is a pretty basic shape, and B, I have a Bass Pro Shop like 20 minutes away from my house, so yeah, pyramids are not that. But we are going to get into... Oh, God. I'm going to share this and I'm going to add this because it's... that people are making fun of the LeBron James stuff. So we're going to save them all because I'll use them all in a video. I might put them all up in this. No, I'll put them up when I watch the videos of each person. But yeah, so they're making fun of that. So here is the Fat Electrician as a kind of Ken doll model, which is great because you have. He is jacked. He's not fat in this. He's not the Fat Electrician in this one. He's the swole electrician in this one. The I Hate Communism, obviously. The Quack Bang Rubber Ducky. Bush Light. He does prefer to drink those on Unscribed. Corn, he's from Iowa. And Tanks. It's American history. So enough of that. Let's scroll down. Let's pull up the actual video. And let's get to it. And of course, logo page is above here. If you're looking for the actual page, that's the logo. Title of the video and link is in the description if you don't want to watch me pausing all the time.
Nothing is normal. Absolutely nothing. Every time I start a video, I was like, this is a cool company. I'm sure.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on. Let's get you in full HD so we see all those great chests. No.
Nothing is normal. Absolutely nothing. Every time I start a video, I was like, this is a cool company. I'm sure completely normal things are happening there. Never happens, okay? Started working on a Cabela's video, found out that they're actually owned by Bass Pro Shop. Okay, I'm going to do a Bass Pro Shop video.
Also, I think Cabela's is bigger in like Asia than America.
And now there's Indian spiritual leaders and crystal skulls and pyramids and curses involved, and I don't even know what's going on. Today we're
Mini Minutemen, Milo, you're going to have a lot to follow with that intro, just saying.
About the most American thing that has ever happened, that time that we took the world's 7th largest pyramid and turned it into a Bass Pro Shops. Okay, and just so we're all on the same page, it is not the simple fact that America turned the world's 7th largest pyramid into a bait and tackle shop that's the most American thing ever. No, the most American thing is the story of how it happened, because it reads like a redneck Indiana Jones script, and it's absolutely insane, but we're gonna get to it right after a word from our sponsor.
Before we get to Nick's sponsors, there's something you should know. There's only one of three versions of a redneck. One is the bad kind. We don't like talking about them. They don't like people who aren't like them, so they're just the bad ones. Number 2, you're going to get the guy who can fix anything. You know, like you need to makeshift your way into something, find a redneck. Or they're just like the kindest, sweetest soul who's like, hey y'all, how's it going? Oh, your car broke down? You know what? How about I give you a ride to a gas station? Oh, you don't want to get in the car? That's fine. I'll wait here with you until your tow truck shows up, so that way you're not out here by yourself. Make you feel comfortable. We across the street. We're all safe. It's like they're the kindest, sweetest people, and they can just fix everything.
Delete me.
Why
is Nick's wife dressed like a pilgrim?
hear you dressed like that? Why do you have a Tech 9?
I'm going to the farmer's market.
Okay, that explains the outfit. Explain.
Good figure discipline by his wife. See, not on the trigger.
In the Tech 9.
Muriel's getting on my turf again.
You look like you're going to go do a drive-by in a carriage. All right, here's the deal. Super simple, straightforward business model. You give them money, they turn around and make sure that data brokers on the internet aren't selling your personal information. What is...
If I ever start actually making money off this, this is one of the companies I am going to get, because I'm tired of the spam calls.
What does that even mean? Okay, here's the entire internet and every free service on the planet inside of a nutshell, okay? There's a saying, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. What that means is pretty much anything on the internet that you use, that's a service, whether that be Google, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of it, okay? It's all an app, so one of two things is happening. They're either gonna feed you ads, and that's how that company makes money since their service is free, or they're gonna collect your personal information, then turn around and sell it to data brokers on the internet, and then they're gonna turn around and sell it to whoever buys it, and next thing you know, you're getting 17,000 robocalls every single day. And that's where Delete Me comes in. They will look through all the major data brokers and find the ones that are selling your personal information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf, and then they are legally obligated to comply. And then they'll continue to monitor these data brokers, and if they get your information again, Delete Me will submit an opt-out request again. Basically, you're paying Delete Me to get rid of all the downsides of all of the free stuff on the internet, which I think is absolutely worth it. If you want to check them out, I'll have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video.
Oh. I was going to say, if you never watched the Fat Electrician or any of this video, look at the stuff in his background, because that's all... Oh, sorry, Nick. Like, this gun back here is technically now a prop for a video, so therefore it's a tax write-off. Like, if it's in a video, apparently it's a tax write-off, which I need tax write-offs.
Think is absolutely worth it. If you want to check them out, I'll have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, buckle up. Things are about to get weird. Alex Jones, Mayor.
It's the Fat Files, Nick. I expect it to be weird, and I hope it gets weird. I'm an idiot on the internet who calls himself the Celtic Scarecrow. I'm good with weird.
May not be involved. Regardless, our story begins in 1948 when Johnny Morris, the founder of Bass Pro Shops, is born. He grows up as the son of a World War II veteran that after coming back home from the war opens up a liquor store. That goes well, so he opens up another liquor store soon. He's got an entire chain of regional liquor stores called Brown Derby. Why on earth did they call it that? I have no idea. So then why did I bring it up? Because it kind of sounds like a gay bar, and I think that's funny. Moving on. So Johnny spends his childhood growing up in Springfield, Missouri. His dad owns a chain of liquor stores in the Midwest. There's absolutely no way that guy's not making a ton of money. There's literally nothing to do in the Midwest other than drink and figure eight race, which, if we're being honest, is just racing with an intersection while you're half drunk anyways.
Sounds pretty redneck to me, but yes, continue.
Oh, yeah.
So Johnny presumably has a pretty good childhood because his dad is taking him on all these hunting trips. He's going bass fishing out at Lake of the Ozarks, and he ends up becoming this huge outdoors guy. He goes off to college where he, and I quote, majored in fishing.
You can do that?
Comes back home from college.
majored in procrastination.
College, doesn't really know what he wants to do, but he does know it's a humongous pain in the ass to find good fishing equipment because remember, this is like the 1970s. There is no Amazon. You can't get on the internet and buy all the fishing stuff, okay? Bass Pro Shops doesn't exist yet. You gotta Amazon. You can't get on the internet and buy.
So, Trump Biden fishing lures, the master baiter lure, three-piece dock. Wow, I was just looking at this.
Buy all the fishing stuff, okay? Bass Pro Shops
There was like the singing trout, but it was Trump. That's pretty
doesn't
funny.
exist yet. You got to know a guy that knows a guy that's making lures in his basement if you want to get good fishing tackle. So Johnny, fresh home from college where he just learned the laws of supply and demand, there's a huge demand for fishing stuff and there's a very low supply of it, figures he's going to fill that gap and he's probably going to make some money doing it. So he takes out a $10,000 loan, rents a
Hold on. What is this, 1950s? No. 1940s, he said. Let's go 47. Boop, boop. 10,000. Calculate. 143,000. And a bunch of odd numbers. So, stuff to buy a very crap home.
The U-Haul travels the entire United States making connections with local bait and tackle shops and buying up all of their inventory and then brings it back to Springfield, Missouri and starts Bass Pro Shops in the back of one of his
Brown Derby's Bass Pro Shop. Discount tackle liquor. Wow. Yeah, that is redneck as hell.
dad's liquor stores. Now remember what I said, there is no Amazon. You can't get online and order all your fancy bass fishing equipment. You got to know a guy that knows a guy, and pretty soon Johnny Morris becomes that guy. His phone number is getting passed around the fishing community like wildfire. The next thing he knows, he's getting phone calls from other states all over the country, placing orders, and then he's mailing stuff to people. This goes on for about 2 years, and then after that, he realizes he has an enormous catalog of names, addresses, and phone numbers of all the big fishermen all over the United States of America. So he takes a risk. He prints out 10,000 Bass Pro Shops catalogs in
1974. Okay, hold on. Dyslexia over there. So it would be 72. Hold on. Good old inflation calculator. So 76,000. Okay, so yeah. 1 year of college. He pretty much took it.
1974 and mails them to absolutely everybody with all of his products inside. This explodes into a humongous mail order business, which is basically the Amazon of its time. And as he continues to grow the business, he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to start selling fishing boats out of my catalog too. But I'm not just going to sell the boat. I'm going to sell the boat with the motor and the trailer all for one price, one-stop shop. You get everything. Up until this point, if you wanted to buy a fishing boat, you had to go buy the boat, then you had to go buy the motor, then you had to figure out how to get a fucking trailer. It was a whole day-long event. Now you could just call up Johnny and have the boat delivered to you. It was perfect. His boats end up becoming the most popular boat in America and the most manufactured boat on the planet. Then in 1980, he realizes like,
yeah, that one guy who makes the smart decision to do something that's like unseen, like, it's pretty much Demolition Ranch. I want a family-friendly gun channel. No one's really doing that. I'm going to do that just because I want cheaper ammo. Blows up to be the biggest gun tuber of all time.
You know what? I bet people would really appreciate a place where they could just drive their truck, pick up the boat on the trailer, be able to look at all the fishing lures, all the stuff I have for sale. I'm going to build an enormous retail place. He builds the world's first Bass Pro Shops outdoor world. It is 300,000 square feet. There's fish tanks. There's exotic
Most Bass Pro Shops will look like this on the inside, too.
animals stuffed all over the walls. It's not just a store. It's basically like a dead zoo, except the fish are alive. It's basically Willy Wonka's chocolate factory for rednecks, okay? People travel from hours and hours away to make their pilgrimage to Bass Pro Shops. Okay, I can't stress to you enough how big of a deal the first Bass Pro Shops was.
Also, it's in St. Louis, Missouri. Kind of like the midway point of America. So you figure any fisherman from Florida, Louisiana, out west, they all had to like, oh, there's a spot. We have to go check that place out. Texas, just
Okay, to this day, the Bass Pro Shop in Springfield, Missouri is considered the largest tourist attraction in the state of Missouri. This one singular store gets over 4 million customers a year, okay? That's like 11,000 people a day inside of this bait and tackle shop. Okay, and at this point you're like, wow, that's a lot of people. No, that's a metric fuck ton of people going to buy fishing lures, okay? Disneyland gets 40,000 people a day. You've got 25% the business volume of Disneyland, and all you're doing is selling fishing equipment. Johnny Morris is
And hunting. He upgraded to hunting.
literally the Walt Disney of rednecks at this point. Buh! How can we keep saying everybody that shops at Bass Pro Shops is a redneck? Buh!
Yeah, no. Not everyone who shops at Bass Pro is a redneck. But it's more than likely.
Don't do the whole I'm gonna get offended over literally nothing bit, okay? Nobody cares, okay? At the end of the day, there's only two types of outdoor people, okay? There's Patagonia wearing outdoor people, and there's Bass Pro Shop outdoor people, okay? You've got outdoor people that want to save the environment, you've got outdoor people that want to eat the environment, okay? If you
Sorry, Nick. I'm gonna have to put on the helmet. There is the third type of outdoors person. The person who just like being outdoors. They like to save the environment, but they also like to eat the environment. It's like, hey, how can we keep the environment nice for the next generation? Also, I want a burger. It's like someone like me. I was an outdoorsy kid. If this channel blows up, any of these channels blows up, I will be outdoorsy slightly again. I like going to the beach. I hate people who litter on the beach. I want people to go to the beach. I don't want them to ruin the beach.
are the ones that want to eat the environment, sorry, you're a redneck. That's just how it goes.
I think we offended somebody out here.
That ain't funny, is it, sis?
Anyways, Outdoor World, outrageously successful. So when you find something that works, you keep doing it. So he opens up another one, and another one,
Another one.
and then another one. And next thing you know, he's got
I think there's a rule that there has to at least be like 20 miles between each Bass Pro Shop.
over 200 Bass Pro Shops, Outdoor Worlds all over the country. So now at this point, Johnny Morris has built the business out wide, and the only place left to go is
I hate to be this guy, Nick, but you have two big ass scars from surgeries. That I think like one was his pec and the other one was like just damn.
is up and down. He vertically integrates the entire thing. So Johnny Morris figures, okay, well, who's upstream of me? I'm the middleman. I basically buy shit from a factory. I sell it in my store. I deliver it to the customer. Cool. I'm going to go backwards, and I'm going to start buying all the factories that make the shit in my stores. He buys out the boat company that makes all these boats, which to this day is still the most popular boat in America and the company that makes the most boats in the world.
Yeah, they're also smart. That company was smart, going like, this guarantees us the biggest fishing boat supplier will always sell our boats. Yeah, we'll sell it to you. It's like if you were McDonald's and you're like, wait a second, we'll sell the Coca-Cola. Or Coca-Cola selling itself like McDonald's. Wait a second, the world's most popular thing is going to keep being around. Yeah, no, I think this will work out better for us.
Buys the company that manufactures the four-wheelers that he sells in his stores. He buys up anything and everything that he can, and then he makes that the Bass Pro brand. And in doing so, his brand is now absolutely everywhere. It's on boats, it's on ATVs, it's on clothing, it's on dining room sets, it's on fishing equipment. It's absolutely everywhere, to the point that everybody in America knows that brand. It's one of the most recognizable brands of all time. And in
Also, he made it yellow with a big-ass fish on it, and every guy's just like, nice.
doing so, it's kind of polarizing, right? There's only two types of people in regards to Bass Pro Shop. There's people that like it and want to shop there, and those people are going to buy his merch and rep the company because they think it's awesome. And then there's people that want...
I bought this there. This is a laser sight. So to make sure my gun is actually aimed true, and it
make
is.
fun of the people that shop at Bass Pro Shop. And guess what they're going to do? They're also going to buy his merch to wear it ironically in an attempt to make fun of those people. Either way, Johnny Morris is making money off of both ends selling his merch. It's absolutely brilliant. Not only is he conquering...
It's kind of like those people who, like, I saw a guy who was selling like pro-Trump shirts and then at the same time selling anti-Trump shirts. He's like, what? People are going to buy shirts, so therefore I might as well sell to both people.
his own market. He's figured out a way to monetize the haters as well.
Hey, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. I was too busy blocking out the haters.
So Johnny Morris has done it. He's vertically integrated everything. Like anything to do with fishing in America, he is inescapable. Like you got to go through this guy if you want to be able to catch fish, essentially. So he's like, okay, well, I need to expand into related markets. What's related to fishing? Hunting. Most people that fish hunt, vice versa. So there's another company, almost the same exact business model and storyline to him, but it's the hunting version, and that's Cabela's. So he buys Cabela's out for $5 billion.
God damn. Oh. Well, Cabela's made a sound investment, it sounds like. Oh,
and
God.
combines the brands together. After acquiring Cabela's, there's only one more company that he's actually competing with, and that's Sportsman's Warehouse. So he goes to buy them out too, and he gets like all the way to the very...
Yeah, but the issue with that one would be that would be considered a monopoly, and you cannot have a monopoly. You need at least a competitor.
end. They're about to sign the contract, and Bass Pro Shops is about to own Sportsman's Warehouse, and the government agency, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, has to step in and stop the purchase of Sportsman's Warehouse, because if he buys it, they're going to declare it a legal monopoly. He is not allowed to buy up any more of the competition.
This is the worst.
Yeah, if you can't, that's the thing. It's like you can't buy out all your competition unless you're somehow Vince McMahon. He never bought, because he did buy WCW at one point. He bought every competitor out in North America that was at least on his level.
At this point, Johnny Morris has essentially won capitalism. The government has had to come in and say, no, you're way too good at selling fishing lures. You're not allowed to do this, because then you're literally going to be the only option in the entire country. We've got to stop you. Here's the gold star for winning capitalism. Great work. Enjoy being a billionaire. Have a nice day. So Johnny Morris is like, okay, the government stepped in, not allowed to get any bigger at doing what I'm already doing. So my only other option now is to either just call it a day and retire, or I can expand into a related market. And at that point, he realizes like, okay, I'm going to do tourism. I'm already kind of in tourism already. I have the #1 tourist destination in Missouri, and my other stores...
I thought he was going to say like clothing line that has nothing to do with either one. Just, hey, you want a good sweatshirt? Here you go.
Are in the top 5 destinations in like 8 other states. So he gets more into tourism. He starts opening up Bass Pro Shop resorts, golf courses. He has a fucking music festival. And then one day, the Memphis Pyramid comes up for sale. And I know what you're thinking. Why the...
Oh, that's how they got the pyramid logo? Also, how did it answer the question?
fuck is there a pyramid in Memphis? Great question.
Because rednecks, that's why. Because rednecks like, wait a second, you're telling me you guys did that? I can do that.
Well, in the 1950s, there was this architect that wanted to make a big-ass pyramid. He actually wanted to make 3 pyramids, but it never got that far. He never got around to it in his life, but his son also became an architect, and in the 1980s, he resurrected the idea, got the funding, and built the 7th largest pyramid in the world on the Mississippi River in Memphis. Right out of the gate, the Memphis Pyramid is extremely polarizing. You've got taxpayers that are like, I don't want you to take my tax money and build a giant fucking pyramid. No. And then there's other people that are like, fuck yeah, this is America, let's build a giant pyramid. And then you've got people coming out of left field like Alex Jones claiming that the people behind it are part of the occult and they're building a secret satanic worship temple or some shit.
These guys are admittedly into the occult.
Oh dear God, that is Alex Jones. That you can't tell with the face in the rain, but that voice is 1,000% Alex Jones.
You can just look up their names. They're all over the local newspapers.
And originally, it was an event center. People were going to have basketball games there, boxing matches. Mike Tyson fought there. They were going to have concerts, all kinds of stuff. So they started
Smart. It's like the Sphere in Vegas.
building it in 1989. It finally opens up in 1991. And right before the Memphis Pyramid is about to open up, the maintenance crew goes up to the very top. And at the very top, there's a metal box welded at the top of the pyramid. And they're like, what the fuck is that? So they go, they get the project manager. They end up chipping away at this welding. They rip this box down. Inside this metal box is a smaller wooden box. So they pull that up, they open it, and there's like a of just incense and perfume and shit that comes out. And inside of the box is a fucking crystal skull inside of a velvet cloth. Don't worry, it gets weirder somehow.
You know, I have the benefit of watching this video, and then I'm immediately watching Milo's video. So, this should be entertaining, because you got Nick, who is... Oh my God, Mini Minutemen, reach out to the Fat Electrician. Fat Electrician, reach out to Mini Minutemen. An archaeologist and a historian. team up, I would. Oh my god, I would love for that to happen.
So they track down who
If I somehow become the reason that I get a mini man talking to the fat electrician about some, just say, crap. I'm drawing a major history. Oh crap! It's the big battle of PA, Gettysburg. Not Gettysburg. Yeah, what have been Gettysburg? Yeah. One of those things that would be amazing.
who put the crystal skull there, and somebody finally admits to doing it, and it is the founder of the Hard Rock Cafe and the House of Blues, Isaac Tigrit, because originally there was going to be a Hard Rock Cafe inside of the pyramid. Still raises the question, why the fuck are we putting crystal skulls at the top like it's an Indiana Jones movie? Isaac Tigrit's reasoning was, I'm not making this up, I promise you, I can show you the interviews where he talks about it. When Isaac Tigrit was 27 years old, he was drunk driving his Porsche
Okay, it was Gettysburg. It was Gettysburg.
and crashed it, careening it off a 400-foot cliff. And as the car is rolling down the cliff, an Indian man appeared and, held him through the crash. And he walks out of this car wreck. The car is just completely obliterated. And he walks out without so much as a scratch or a bruise.
He appeared instantly in this room. He picked me up and put me on a bed. He pulled my tongue out. I'm watching this from above. He places his hand on my chest and pushes on my chest, and the spirit went right back into my body.
A couple years later, he's in a bookstore and he sees the Indian man that held him through this car crash on the back of a book and finds out that it's his Indian spiritual leader named Sai Baba. So he goes to India multiple times, ends up giving
Oh shit, that's Indian, not Native American Indian. Holy crap, that's weird.
this guy millions and millions of dollars and becomes best buddies with this Indian spiritual leader, Sai Baba. And when Sai Baba finds out that they're building a massive pyramid in Memphis and they're putting a Hard Rock Cafe on the top, Sai Baba gives Isaac this crystal skull and gives him instructions on how to mount it at the very top because it's gonna please the cosmos or put out good vibes or some shit. So that's what Isaac Tigrit does. Then, fast forward, the maintenance guys find it, they take it down, they track Isaac Tigrit down, and Isaac Tigrit is like, you need to put it back up there or you're gonna disrupt the cosmos. At which point they're like, no, that's fucking weird. We're not doing that. Alex Jones is already breathing down our neck saying that we're some satanic cult.
That turned the friggin' frogs gay.
We're just...
See what I mean? Like, the voice is the same.
No, we're not mounting crystal skulls at the top of the fucking pyramid. So then people find out about this. People start saying that now the pyramid is cursed, and it's starting to look like it's true because the first night it opens up for a concert, the sewage backs up and ruins the entire event. From here, it's just bad thing after bad thing after bad thing happening. One of the maintenance crew guys plummets to his death. People keep falling down the staircases because the stairs are too steep because they built a concert venue inside of a fucking pyramid. The seats are uncomfy because they made them too small, trying to cram as many people into this auditorium as possible, again, because it's a pyramid, which is not a great shape to have a concert venue to begin with. Eventually, a bunch of musicians refuse to even play that venue because apparently the acoustics inside of a pyramid aren't that great. The entire venue just
I was just going to go with superstitious because, yeah, musicians are superstitious. They're as bad as athletes.
becomes synonymous with not having a good time. It's a huge waste of taxpayer money. Memphis is actually losing money every single month keeping this place open, and the people in Memphis start referring to it as the Tomb of Doom. So by 2007, the entire venue is just shut down.
It lasted that long?
Nobody wants to go there anymore, and now there's just a big, empty, haunted pyramid on the Mississippi River in Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, it's a pyramid. It should be haunted. Just saying. That should be, like, standard.
Cue Johnny Morris, the guy expanding his hospitality and resort business, and he's like, you know what? I could put a Bass Pro Shop in that motherfucker. It'd be awesome. At face value, it's funny. Why wouldn't you go to a giant pyramid to buy a fishing lure? That's hilarious. But we're also going to call it the Redneck Mecca. Why is that funny? Well, because Mecca is the holiest place in the...
Hold on. Redneck Mecca. Hold on. Ah! I told him he made that the title of his video.
Muslim faith.
You literally saw the truth about the Bass Pro Pyramid. It's right there. I'm not lying saying I'm doing it literally right after this.
And every single Muslim on the planet is obligated to go there at least once in their life if they're physically and financially capable of doing so. We're going to quietly insinuate that every redneck in North America has a religious obligation to make a pilgrimage to Memphis so that they can buy a fishing lure from our pyramid. Then we're going to put a 100-room resort.
Oh, God. Do I... no, that'd be if my channel takes off and I do more outdoorsy stuff, I would have to make a video about going there.
Bottom of it, we're gonna have a bowling alley. There's gonna be an indoor swamp, a shooting range. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And I know what you're thinking. Why on earth would you want to put your retail business inside of a haunted pyramid? Because your customer base is rednecks. You want to know who doesn't give a shit about being haunted? Rednecks. If anything, it makes it better. You know what's more fun than being able to go to a pyramid to buy a fucking fishing lure? Being able to go to a pyramid, buy a fishing lure with the slight chance that you're gonna get to shoot a ghost with a shotgun loaded with rock salt, okay?
You know, it's like, how many times have we seen those horror movies? It's the crazy white people who are investigating it. You know why? Because we're like, oh, there's a ghost here? We should investigate it.
Okay, these are rowdy, fearless individuals. These are who Charlie Daniels was talking about, okay? If you told a story about any other demographic on the planet that started out with they made a deal with Satan, it would be a cautionary tale where this guy loses his soul. Not rednecks. Rednecks are gonna beat that motherfucker in a fiddle contest, win a golden fiddle because they can. So the pyramid being cursed, definitely not a downside. If anything, it's an upside. The only real downside, to be honest with you, is that, well, you're creating a tourist attraction for rednecks, and if they're staying overnight, they're probably going to get drunk and rowdy and get naked and take a cannonball into the fish tank.
Man made quite a splash at a Bass Pro Shop when he swam naked. Police say he crashed his car in the parking lot, took off all of his clothes, he jumped into the water yelling cannonball.
And then, of course, there's the
Florida man.
cost. Obviously, buying the world's 7th largest pyramid that's on the river on prime real estate is going to be pretty expensive, whether it's haunted or not. So Johnny Morris doesn't really know if it's going to be a good business idea. He definitely doesn't want to lose money, so he just kind of like sets it in the hands of God and lets him make the decision. He decides, you know what? I'm just going to schedule a fishing trip on the Mississippi River right near the pyramid, and I'm going to go fishing for catfish, and if I catch a really big catfish, that's going to be my sign that I'm going to buy this pyramid. And sure enough, Johnny Morris goes on this fishing trip and catches a 34-pound fucking catfish in the shadow of the pyramid.
God damn, that's a big catfish.
Okay, do you understand the significance of what I've just told you? This is the most American thing that's ever happened, all right? A pyramid got built in Memphis. It's the 7th largest pyramid on the planet that people now think is haunted because some millionaire that opened up the Hard Rock Cafe was drunk driving his Porsche and had a vision that he was saved by an Indian spirit guide. So he had him place a crystal skull at the top, and then it was haunted and run out of business, and then it got brought back by some dude that became a billionaire by selling fishing lures out the ass end of a liquor store in Springfield, Missouri. So in conclusion, I guess I don't know. I don't know how I got here, to be honest with you. I guess if we could draw anything from this pic.
Because you're looking for a simple video to make, but there's no such thing as a simple research video, ever. So I don't do research videos. I do, here's what I'm thinking, you tell me if I'm wrong videos.
Pick whatever you want to do in life, even if it's something as simple as selling fishing lures, and get so outrageously good at it that you can then financially justify buying a haunted pyramid.
Unsubscribe. Your guys are getting there.
Cosmerica,
Or, sorry, Pepperbox.
I guess.
Your devil worship fails. The hillbillies, the country boy can't survive. The John Deere hat wins. You lose, we win. Your little devil palace is falling down.
At this point, I'm convinced that there's no US-based company that does anything normal whatsoever. Coca-Cola's Confederate cocaine water, Waffle House
True.
is being used by FEMA to track natural disasters,
True.
and apparently Bass Pro Shop is an outdoor monopoly that's getting involved in investing in haunted pyramids.
Anything else, Nick? No? Okay. Okay. God, that's why I love watching him, and it's partially why I hate doing reaction channels, because I'll see him post something, I'm like, let's watch it. Then I'm like, wait, this will make good content because I know I'm going to laugh, say something stupid because I am that much of an idiot. And people may or may not want to watch me laugh my ass off about how a redneck from Missouri bought a haunted pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee, and makes snide remarks about it. But then I also have the golden rule of I'm not going to post any. I don't want to post any video like within like the shadow of the thing. Like it has to at least be 7 days old. But that is it. Go check out the main channel where I've been doing NFL mock drafts all the time, and the gaming channel where my Twitch uploads. Until next time, aka until what? Tomorrow when I'm doing another Bass Pro Shop pyramid video. I'll see weird people later. Peace.